Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to Season 12 of Rebuilding Coventry City. As always, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. If you really want to help me out, you can always pledge to my Patreon. Now, I did consider ending this series on Season 10 because we were double winners. It was amazing, but I loved it and a lot of you still watch it. So I played another season and we did Season 11 and it was okay. We won a trophy. But it was kind of disappointing, and I don't like odd numbers. Someone did mention that in the comments. It's always best to end on an even number. And I'm not even saying this is ending. I'm just going season by season. A bit similar to like maybe Alex Ferguson at the end of his career. I'm just seeing how I feel. Do you know what I mean? So we have got a Season 12. I've been playing it over the last few days, and I'm going to share that with you. We're going to run through it and see what happens. Hopefully it's a success. It was a lot of fun to play, as it always is, being manager of Coventry City. So let's see what I did. I really wanted to think about what I was doing this year. I always do every year, try and plan stuff. Obviously the club's evolved, the way we go about things has changed because of finances, because of the club's status and so on. And last year, you know, I spent some big money. And we had a good season, to be fair, don't get me wrong. It's just because I didn't win the league or the Champions League, it felt like it wasn't. But we won the World Club Cup. We won the Community Shield, we won the Super Cup, and the FA Cup. You know, that's 4 trophies, really. Semi-final at Champions League, and we finished 3rd in the league. Got knocked out of the Carabao Cup straight away. But I felt like it was a bit of a transition time. Maybe I needed to freshen things up. Now, there's a lot of players who wanted to go, in a way. Not because they hate the club, but they want to play more. I couldn't get rid of everyone. I can't have a complete rebuild and cut like 35% of my squad out. But I did have to make some adjustments. So Terry Cox, now he's a bit of a ledge. He's gone to Juventus for mega money. He's a good striker, he's a good player. He's never played for England though. He's just, I mean, look at his rating, it's not bad. 93 goals, 182 games. But he has a season on, season off, season on, season off, and we've got a good striker, a good young French lad. But I still like to have 3 strikers. Now I brought this lad in. He's classed as a wonder kid, but again, and I always moan about this, I don't believe he is. I think they've watered down Wonder Kid. Look at his potential ability. How is he a Wonder Kid? I don't know. So I was ignoring that. I got him in because he's a bit different. He's a bit of a different type of player. And he's 6'4". Castillo hasn't played too much. He's played for quite a lot of games for us because he's been at the club for quite a while now. But he just wanted to go and I had to pick a player to leave. And I like the other 3 more. And we've been able to bring in a really good player. So we sold him to Leicester for good money. Except this is one of them deals. Do you know when I break down my transfers? Sometimes, you know, I'll do silly deals just to get the player to the club. Like, I think, right, off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember. I think it was something like 35% of the fee was going to his previous club, which is America. 35% of the fee was going to go to Abraham himself. So we sold him for a lot of money, but I only got about 6 million. So I've replaced him with this summer's biggest buy, the biggest transfer of this transfer window, and it's Mood Asraf Saleh. That's what we're calling him. That's his name. You can believe me or not. I don't know. I don't care. He's 21. He's Spanish. He's played for his country 9 times. Great potential. He's world class at 21. So he's a former wonder kid. He's been on one of my shortlists for quite some time. So we sold another player to Leicester, although Lee did have a lot of interest. Everton, Aston Villa all came in for him, but he's chose Leicester. But Leicester are a pretty good team in here, so you know we're gonna start calling Leicester City Coventry B. 3rd player we brought in is a goalkeeper, a young goalkeeper. He's in England under 21s. He's not a wonder kid or anything, but he's got decent potential, decent ability. I like his handling, I like his reflexes for a 21-year-old. And yeah, he's a backup. I did think about going down the old route because do you remember when we sold Alisson and then we played Atletico Madrid in the Champions League final like 2 years ago? Is it Oblak? Is that his name? They had him in net. Now he came up to sign. They could have got him for like 2 million, but he just wasn't an Alisson level, and he was the only half decent old guy out there. And I thought, nah. So there's the finances, and they're still pretty good. I mean, they should look better, but like I said, that Castillo deal wasn't the best for us. We didn't get much money from that. But I mean, financially, we're okay. We've got money to spend. We're not overspending on the wages. I've got money in the bank. So yeah, we're good to go. We're still planning the new stadium. I mean, it is 2030 and it's looking like if we ever get it, it will be completed till 2033. Maybe. At the latest, possibly. Will we ever get to see the stadium? Will it ever get called the Bood FM Arena? I don't know, but that would be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? But if you keep watching this, I'll keep doing it. People are watching it. I'm getting good views on it. So we'll see how it goes. So we're in 5 tournaments this year, and I'm excited for all of them. I want to go for everything. I want to get as much silverware now as I can every year. I've got a good squad. I've got decent depth to it. Let's just keep fighting on our fronts, eh? And we'll see what happens. But Premier League, want me to challenge for it. Champions League, reach the semis. FA Cup, final. Carabao, not asked. Community Shield, not asked. Squad depth, like I said, I'm really happy. Kasongo, good young keeper. He's going to have his first proper full season. He was still sharing with Alisson a bit last year. This year, he is my number 1. I've got 2 great centre-halves. 4, really. We've still got him, you know. Mac, he played a lot last year for me. And he's actually from our own academy. One of our own players. Great left-back, great right-back. Obviously, Tito, new defensive midfielder, going into his 2nd season. So he's settled. He can speak English. Millett, Smith, the new guy. Rosette in the middle. Scary. World-class wingers when they fit. Henry Smith's okay, Redondo's okay, but the backup's probably their last seasons. And then striker-wise, we're doing okay. I'm very excited. And the Premier League still think we're the best team. Now, we were favourites last year, the year after we won the title. Obviously, we finished 3rd, but they've got us favourites again. There's not a lot in it, obviously, but we're just up there, aren't we? We're now on that same level, year after year at the minute, with City, United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs. Just to check in again, just to show you we're at the top of our staff. We're at the top of everything. I can't improve facilities. I mean, we're doing the stadium, but I could get an extra physio at this point, but I don't really need it. So we are doing pretty well. If we check the under 23s, again, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. That could be better, but my top scouting team will sort that out. Who cares about that? It's the coaching, especially on the medical side, and then under 18s as well. Again, that could be a bit better. I've got room for a physio, but it's the coaching. Maximum coaching. Now, someone asked me, how do I improve my youth coaching? Well, once my main team's done, I'll leave it. Unless someone retires and I have to bring in someone new. But say like now, if I've got a staff, I can ask for more at the minute. And sometimes it'll say under 23, sometimes it'll have under 18s there as well. And just ask for them. That's all I do, and I keep trying to expand them. They don't always say yeah, but it's just something you have to keep going back to. So with Isaac Amoa, now our number 1 striker, can he live up to those expectations? He's 22 years old. I think he's good. I think his star rating should be better. But I thought Terry Cox's should be better as well. So let's see what he can do this year. Let's see what this team of mine can do, eh? Let's jump forward to the 1st of January and find out. Well, it is the 1st of Jan, but I forgot to share pre-season with you, didn't I? So let's have a quick look at it, and you can see it went pretty well. I set up that game with Cannes because we played them last 2 years and had testimonials with them, and I like it. I like the stadium, so we went back there just off our own back. Cardiff asked me for a game, and I thought, do you know what? Go on then. So we played Cardiff, and then we went on a tour of America, but a bit of a different tour. We've played Mississippi Brilla, who were very low. Warm up. Played Nashville, our own affiliate, and then played Dallas and Colorado. So it's a bit different. I've done East Coast. Last year I think it was West Coast. This year it's a bit southern middle. Yeah, so it was alright. This was even better though. The Community Shield against Manchester City, the champions of England. Obviously with the FA Cup winners, and Isaac Amoa. Some people might doubt him. Some people might have said you need to start saving up to spend on a superstar. To be honest, I did have a look at some superstar strikers. Couldn't really find any. I did find one at Atletico Madrid who I'd seen a couple of times because we played him. We agreed a deal with, and he wanted 450 grand a week. Not a sniffing hell's chance. So I'm sticking with Amoa, and he started the season very well. Proved that he is a top player. Scored 2 goals against Manchester City in a game I think we dominated. Then it was on to the Carabao Cup, and shock horror, we went for it. And we actually, by going for it, we won. I am freaking on a roll with penalties, I tell you that. I know I'm shocked too, but we won another Carabao Cup game. Hey? It's my worst tournament in the history of tournaments. But we won that 2-0. Now, my philosophy this year, because I like to change things up, it was not B team and A team, it was just the fittest best team every time. And if I take some hits along the way, we'll take some hits. I've got to have faith in my team this year. Let's have faith in every single player. Let's see what can happen. And that was my philosophy, because I've been doing the A team, B team thing for years now. And B teaming stuff like this. So let's see if my new philosophy works. We're in the semi-final, so against Everton. Pretty cool. I like Everton. Scott Parker is the manager. And they play at Bramley Moor Dock Stadium. Beautiful stadium. And I was excited to see if we could do something here, because we've been so appalling in this tournament. I'll finally give it a go. And we're close to getting to the final. But it ain't going to be easy. No, because everyone else is trying to win it too. The other semi-final, Liverpool City. So yeah, got to be in it to win it, and we win it, and I'm going to go for it. This was special, and this I think showed, you know, each year now we're making a few changes, and I've got rid of some of the unhappy players, but I think this year showed how much of a team we're becoming. This young team of mine is still young, but a lot of these top players now are getting 24, 25, 26 years old, so they're starting to hit their stride, and it's showing. I mean, to be in a group with Real Madrid and Roma and top it and not lose a freaking game, I think is pretty special. If you just click on there, you can see the results. I mean, Club Brugge, a decent club, like, but we'll be beating them all day long. But to beat Real Madrid, and I mean, I had a lot of fun. Start of the season was amazing. But was it amazing in the league? We're not top of the league, but the halfway point, we're undefeated. I think that says a lot. Isaac Amoa, top goal scorer in the Premier League. I can't really grumble. I mean, City are top. They are the champions. I don't want them to win, not just because I don't really like City, but I like this. After Liverpool's dominance, you see this? Look at Liverpool's dominance and City's dominance there. We've had Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs, Coventry, City. So that's 5 different winners on the run. So if anything, if we're not going to win it, I want United to win it. But I'm going to try my best to win it. But look at that, eh? Undefeated. Drawn 6 games. Have a cheeky look at them. You can have a look at some of the wins there if you want. But yeah, Huddersfield and Leeds. Old West Yorkshire Derby. They're at the bottom of the table. Where's Derby? There they are. I'm rooting for Derby this year because they came up with us, remember? And they've been up and down. And some years they battle it, some years they crap. This year looks like their best year so far. So good luck to Derby. This is something special, eh? My young keeper, he might not have Alisson attributes on paper, but the kid's got something. He has got something about him. Like him. He's like a freaking ninja cat. He's like a ninja, and a cat had sex and had a ninja cat. And he became a goalkeeper. That's what we've got in our goal. But the defence itself, my fullbacks, I mean, Delaney and Johnson, they've been here years now. And they're both top level. I have to turn down bids from big teams, and they never moan. They're just the kind of player you want. Got great centre halves. Do you know what I mean? Like them big time players I bought last year who were good, are settled even more. So, yeah, brilliant defence. And to be fair, we're brilliant going forward. United have got a touch on us, but not much. We're good. When the wingers are fit and the strikers going, when that team's clicked in, we're bloody dangerous. These are the top players in the league, and look how many of my boys are here. My right back, Johnson, Miller in the middle, who was amazing. Apparently in the news, someone was saying, can't remember who it was, you're an ex-professional. Miller must leave to join Real Madrid. Shut up. You want to step down? Coventry, Real Madrid, that is some step down these days. Marcus Miller, of course, the guy we got from Wolves, who, yeah, he's some player, and probably the actual replacement for Holcroft, even though he's coming after, maybe 2 years after Holcroft left. Now, if you remember Holcroft, the guy who went to City for 90 million, when we were up and coming, my chairman overruled me. Well, when I was looking for central midfielders this year, guess who's now on the interested list? And don't get me wrong, he's playing football. He's at Manchester City. He's on a good wage. But why would he be interested in leaving? He's had a good few years there. He's played for them more than he ever played for us. Is he just up for a fresh challenge? So before we move on, let's have a look at my squad by average rating. And like, you know, you can see all the boys who are doing well. I mean, someone like Rolly and Goy, who is a very, very good centre-half. He's not played as much as some of the others, but he's been fantastic. Pineda, Amoa, Delaney, Miller. I mean, some of these names now are just becoming household, aren't they? Peter Heyer, who is wanted at this point, probably by Paris Saint-Germain, my guess. No, Barcelona. Dongwoo Park, he's my backup right back, the young English lad. That's what I like though, when I've got players like this who are squad players who are coming in, not moaning, playing well. So, playing the FA Cup against Wycombe, we battered them 6-0, and you know, I'm still going down that route of just playing the fittest, best team I can at that moment in time. You know, so it is getting a bit of rotation, as you can probably tell by the team. But what a result. Next up came Watford, who we beat 2-1. Smithy and Pineda getting us the goals. Then on to Newcastle, where again, we've done well on the penalties. Now, I've not trained extra penalties, but I've got some good penalty takers. I think I'm just lucky with this team at the minute. And then we came up against plucky little Derby, who we battered 4-1. So, unlucky Derby. Although I did B-team this from memory. I remember picking a team of players who are not playing the most, just because, you know, I had quite a lot of games going on at this time. And just like the Carabao Cup, we've got through to another semi-final against the other team in Liverpool. Thierry Henry is the manager. Holy hey, doing well though, aren't we, this year? So how did we do in the other semi-final against Liverpool's #1 team, Everton? Well, at the Ricoh Arena we drew 0-0. Bit disappointing, I'll be honest with you. We turned up, we were on fire. Well impressed with this performance. Got through to a final. So, you know, we did it proper this year. A bit appalling in this tournament for year after year after year. This year, though, let's go and try and win it. As City beat Liverpool, but then we beat City again. That's 2 trips to Wembley against the pretender Sky Blues. I mean, we're so much the Sky Blues, the real true Sky Blues, that we were allowed to play Sky Blue. And they're to play in their weird multicoloured jigsaw kit. What wasn't brilliant was we drew Germany's #1 team. So, you know, you win your group, you think you're going to get someone easy. No, don't work like that, does it, sometimes? So we had to go to play Bayern Munich in Munich at the Allianz Arena, and we got beat 1-0. But never fear, because Redondo and Potts are here. Backup players. Turned it on for me in a great team performance. Maybe we didn't create a lot, but what we did do was amazing. And we'll be having another trip to Germany in the next round of the Champions League against Julian Nagelsmann's team. I mean, he's been around the block, hasn't he? He was at Hoffenheim, wasn't he? I think he's at Leipzig in real life. But let's jump over to the Premier League, and we are now 3rd. So, you know, all these cup glories, maybe it is affecting us in the league again, because we're 7 points off the title at this point. 7 points. It's going to be a tough one. We've lost 2 games. Obviously, we were undefeated last time we looked. So let's have a quick look. Got beat off Everton and Spurs. Yeah. Anyway, Isaac Amoa is not the top dog anymore. Troy Parrott is. Still haven't got a face for Troy Parrott. 29-year-old Irish lad. He's good in this game, though, isn't he? They've got Mbappe, don't forget, as Spurs. Mbappe. I tell a lie. No, they haven't. I've missed that. They used to have. When they won the league title, they had Mbappe. They bought him, won the title. He stayed there for a couple of years, but he's gone to Barcelona. So, alright, fair play. So this is the running for the Premier League, and it's tough. Toughish. We've got Leeds, Derby, should be winning them. Liverpool, easy peasy. Watford, should beat them. City, tough. Leicester, tough. Arsenal, tough. Newcastle, beat us many times. And then bottom of the league, Huddersfield. Last game of the season. So, some big games here. If we can get through them big games. We've got to think, while we're playing all these big games, I've got to try and get into an FA Cup final. We're in the Champions League still. You know, we're a bit more fatigued than normal because we've had a full run in the Carabao Cup. Normally, we knock out straight away. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting end to the season. But I'll tell you, playing this the other day, wow. This is exciting, isn't it? When you know, going through it bit by bit, waiting for next game, next game. Yeah, it gives me a rush. That's why I still play this game and why I play it so freaking much. I just hope the completion date isn't the real completion date. I want Minute Stadium. I'd love to know what they're going to call it. Now, they might call it after one of the legends. I am a legend now, by the way. I'm up there with Jimmy Hill, John Sillett, Steve Ogrizovic, and Clary Burton. So any of us, really, could get the stadium named after us. I mean, look at the average ratings of them. They're like a well-oiled machine. Even players who aren't playing a lot, and even some players who aren't playing a lot and are unhappy are playing well. Everyone's in this year together. Everyone's just got that drive this year. And we're special. Let's start with the FA Cup, shall we? And the other semi-final was Leicester versus Manchester United. So if you look at Leicester's team, they've got one of my old defensive midfielders in defence and one of my old defenders in defensive midfield. Fair play to you, boys. But they got beat 3-1 off my beloved Manchester United. But could I get to Wembley? Of course we could. We're only playing freaking Terry Henry's Liverpool team. Isaac Amoa, beast. There's 2 goals, early doors. That'll do me. See you later. Bye-bye. We're off to Wembley. Kind of gutted about this because I really felt like we had a good chance. I felt like we have got the edge on them, although United are a good team. Got mega money. And my penalty luck run out. I've won how many have I won? You can't always win them. You can't always win them on penalties. Penalties is a lottery. Devastated. Let's go over though to the Champions League. And we're of course playing Hertha Berlin. First game away was 1-1. Should have took more from this game. Yeah, we finished it off brilliantly. Although they did kickstart it by helping us with an own goal. But we were way the better team. I mean, like, way the better team. Valencia, who we beat 1-0 away with Salah playing. He had a crap game though. On his return to Valencia, you know, the big midfielder we bought this year. Obviously, it got to him. And then we did just enough again at home with the goal from Peter Heyer, although we dominated it. We dominated it. We were such a good team. It's just sometimes we just can't get the ball in the net. And the other semi-final was Atletico Madrid versus Juventus. This is the second leg. Terry Cox. Was he injured? I don't know. If they'd have had Cox in the pitch, maybe they'd got in the final. When I first saw that semi-final draw, I thought, imagine that. Terry Cox scoring the winner for Juventus in the final. Anyway, Atletico Madrid, a team we've beaten in the Champions League final before and the World Club Cup final, don't forget, a couple of months later. This is the player, by the way, we nearly signed. We agreed a fee. I was going down a different route in that summer before. I think it was before I went for the midfielder. And we agreed a fee, but he wanted 450 grand a week. I mean, he's decent, isn't he? Just in case you're wondering, I've already come up against Jurgen Klopp. When he was at Bayern this year, he was the manager, don't forget, of Atletico Madrid. Last time we faced him, but they must have sacked him. They're sick of him losing finals. Antonio Conte is now the manager. Yes, we did it on bastard penalties. Finally, the luck swayed back over to me. Now, we'll show you these penalties because there's no goals to show you. And there's not a lot of them. I don't think I'll do that in the FA Cup final, but I'm going to show you these. Because they couldn't score any. They were bad. But we were better over the entirety of the game. Again, we just couldn't score. Brilliant. Garcia got subbed off. I had to play Potts up top as well in the Champions League final. Could have won the league though. Remember, we had a few games left to play. And we were 7 points behind. Well, let's show you a couple of those games quickly. I will say we didn't lose a game. Doesn't mean we didn't win them all. But let's show you some of my favourites. And it's always good beating Leeds. Especially when they got Zidane in net. And then one of the biggest games had to be this one. Because City are top of the league, weren't they? So we need points taken off him. Salah got both my goals. Again, I think we deserved it. We just edged it. But was it enough? Because they were 7 points clear. If we took 3 off them, we needed favours, man. They needed to drop some points, City. They got beat off Villa, beat off West Brom, beat off Liverpool, beat off Tottenham, beat off Coventry. Talk about ball jobbing it. It is what it is. I ain't gonna complain. We just turned it on at the end of the year. They turned it off and didn't even finish second. United were runners up. But we've got 5 teams in the Champions League next year, which obviously means one of the boys has won the Europa League, so that's brilliant. Isaac Amoa, 3rd best striker. Yeah, outstanding. Easily the best defence. Championships are built on defence, and by the end of the season, easily the best attack. So I think that'd be my advice for you, really. If you've got a 22-man squad, like I have, or even a 23-man squad, and even if some of them are unhappy because they're not playing all the time, if you believe in them, just keep playing the best team. Because if you lose one of your top players, it's a next man up mentality, and you've got to think that way, and that's what I did this year. I believed in everyone, and look what we did. I think it's if you're a perfectionist, like I'm a bit of a perfectionist, it's a bit annoying that we were so close to the ultimate perfect season, really. But I can't complain. I mean, out of 5 tournaments, I won 4 and was runner up in 1. I don't know if I can. Honestly, this could be like the perfect ending. Because look at that now, top 3 club in the world. We're the #1 English team in the world. I didn't realise that the guy nearly signed in the summer was the current Ballon d'Or winner. Maybe this year, it's the year of a Coventry player. So there we go. That is the end of episode 12, season 12. Make sure you smash the like button if you enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it. It was very successful. I don't think I can top that, but I do want to carry on. So let me know what you think. I really want to hear from you. Comment, even if you don't normally comment, get involved down below, especially if you really like the series. Let me know what you think. And thank you for the support. I really do love it. It's been a great joy to play this in isolation. But yeah, maybe it's the end, maybe it's not. So I hope you're well, I hope you're safe, you and your family. So for me and my family, I wish you all the best. I'm Bood. I'll see you next time.